Okay, everyone, this is getting recorded as well. So when I help you, everything I'm doing now will be recorded. I've sent out an announcement that you should all get now with this link so you can follow along. Okay. If I do help you, just remember, if you go to my videos, just jump to the section where I've helped you. You can jump between different sections, okay? So this is streaming now, it's going out live, and then, so please use Teams. If you, let me just get the screen, let me start broadcasting, let me just switch this to screen. Okay, so basically, just want to make sure, yeah, full screen. So in Teams, you can simply go to the top here where it says chat, and you can start, you just search my name. So if you start a new chat, you just start looking for my name and you can send me your file. Okay, this is the only way we can transfer these big files live. Okay, unless you upload them to Teams in a location. But I think next year we'll do it differently. Your files are going to be in a location because your model's a lot more complex. But this year, so if you need help, please send me your file. I'll download it and start recording and helping you. You can come and stand here and then we can talk through your project. Okay. All right, so any questions? I'm here to assist you. Just make sure that the volume's working. Yeah, all good. Okay, I don't want to get it too loud, so I might have to cap that a bit. But anyway, let's just, yes.
I have vision for Friday. What is due for the site?
It's just the site plan and floor plans.
Okay. So, I need the Revit ones.
You can give me your, so on Friday, if you've done everything on Rayon, you can just give me your Rayon file. I just need to verify. If we've got any question marks about the authenticity of the file, the PDFs, I need your CAD file to go and look at. So you'll see your loose marks for not having a CAD file. But if I do an investigation and things are not quite lining up, problems. But CAD, ArchiCAD, Rayon, you can give me your, okay.
Because also in the final exam, I'm considering doing most of it on Rayon because I already have some of it.
That's fine. I don't need, all I want you guys to understand is try and learn Revit now, and during this, just try and get comfortable in it, because next year it's going to be intense. But you can still use that combination next year. Okay.
So then, if I wanted to, could I maybe do like a bit of, like send in the Rayon for plans, but then use the Revit model for the section?
You can. Then you export the DWG or DXFs back into Rayon, and then you can continue in Rayon. So you add all the documentation. It's very easy to do. Okay, it's very easy to export information back to Rayon. Okay.
Except I'm plotting my model on Revit already. This is not very detailed yet.
No, that's fine. That's fine. It's nice, it gives you the correlation between plan and section. Whereas in Rayon, you're going to use construction lines the whole time. It's a bit more manual. So that's where I'll be strategic in Revit. Model the basic shell. Model what you can. We can't model everything in Revit. You just don't have the time. If you guys open my example, you see how much detail I went to. I started modeling, but still, you can model a whole lot more. There's still stuff. I've missed all the foundation stuff. I've missed the... So if I had to spend time, that model would have taken me a full-on week of modeling. I don't have the time. So use Revit to give you enough information, park it, and then you document. But you can also draft in Revit like you do in Rayon.
So I'm concerned that I won't have enough time to actually put the details into Revit.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Especially since I have most of it on Rayon.
Yeah. And for construction, you're only delivering those 3 PDFs. It's sections with a call out, a detail, floor plans, site plan. And I just want to give you guys to get far enough now so it's not a crisis for con. Okay. Because I know this con thing to do, con drawings, it takes time. Okay, so let's just get most of it done now, so the exam you've got time for design. Good. Any questions? Yeah. Do you want to send me your file?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you have already? Wow,
Yeah.
that's impressive. Just but I can see it's coming together.
Yeah, I think
You've got something. You've got
the
something.
extrusion thing. And it's actually kind of fun.
Just fun.
And I'm
Just
empowering
fun.
that I can do this,
Yeah.
because I thought I was not able to do
No.
this.
There is, you just got to see things differently and work through things differently, but it's
Yeah.
very doable. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just download this file. So I'm going to go and say,
And
download.
also, I wonder if Ronan sent an email yet, but there were a couple of peers that came up a bit distressed about the deadline on Friday.
Well, they're going to work. So, I have given, tell everyone to look at the year mark now. Okay, there is a bit of maths involved, but I need to give you guys a year mark to get into the exam.
Okay.
And what you guys need to understand is you need to do a bit of work now. Doesn't have to be 100% complete. That's why I just set the floor plans and site plan,
Okay.
because the whole deadline for construction is a lot.
Yeah.
If you don't start now, there's problems.
Yeah. That's
Okay, so just let everyone know. Try and give me what they can.
Okay.
Okay,
So there's no, like, they're not able to move. You're not able to move it at all.
I have to give you guys a year mark, and my deadline's the 7th. So I have to mark everything by the 7th.
No problem.
I'm in a real pickle here.
No problem.
So I have to give you guys, I've given you a provisional year mark,
Yes.
but I'm in a pickle in the sense that I've got to give you,
Yeah. No problem.
okay.
I'll just let them know. On that
Just let
last-
them know, tell them they must try their best.
Yeah, that
Okay.
it's not a train smash. 'cause
It's not a
it's just
train
years.
smash, so they must look at the year mark. If the year mark's quite high,
Yeah.
so I've done it, it's quite easy to work out. So semester 1, semester 2, and continuous assessment. So semester 1 counts a certain amount, semester 2, if you go and look at my year mark calculations, it's very easy to work out in the, okay.
And then
But if they
if-
got questions, they can come see me as well. Yeah. Download, I'm just going to put this on my desktop. Oh, it is already. Dear, I've downloaded it too many times. So Control X, I'm going to put this on my desktop. Control V, let's get rid of my downloads, otherwise there's too many other files in here. Let's get rid of everything in here. Control A, Shift Delete, yes. Okay, it's recording. Good. I'm going to switch on Karnak as well now, so you can see my keystrokes. Okay. Should start working shortly. There we go. Okay. All right, so let's just wait for this to open. I have noticed that Revit has been a bit temperamental the last couple of days. Their servers went down last week, so nothing worked. Yeah, it was a complete mess. Shame the third years were quite stressed. Yeah, because they had a big com deadline. Okay. I think I might have opened this twice. So I can see on your model there, what exactly do you want me to help you with?
So what I did there was first
Or you draft over this. You draft to Revit's actually very easy. Just very easy. And you hide the stuff that you don't want to see. So we'll look at that. This should be open now. Yes. Okay. All right. So let's open up. I didn't open this twice, did I? Let me have a look. Sometimes I've done it too many times. No, it's good. Okay. So you can also, there's a neat little trick. You can drag and drop these in. See at the top here?
Oh, nice.
It's very nice, yeah.
I was gonna ask how to reverse that cut if you made, because I'm trying to like edit that angle so that there's
okay.
no hole by the.
Okay, let's see. Okay, go to 3D view and let's start there. Okay, in 3D view. So we need to focus. So this is the item that you want to focus on.
Yeah,
and the
I wanna sort of lengthen that angle so it closes off and you don't have that hole there.
Okay. Okay, that's very easy, very, very easy. And you can see it's cutting both. So all we need to do, if you tab once or twice and you go and say edit in place, all that you do, the problem is these items, because they cut.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to uncut this for now, uncut geometry. So I'm going to go this object and,
Oh, it's this object here.
yeah, well, it's just, you got to, there.
There you go.
Uncut, so let me just try this again. Uncut geometry. So when I select this object, sorry, it's hard to select, I know. There, that and that.
Okay.
So what it does now, you can see, you start to see the object.
Yeah.
That's important. Now all we've got to do is move this extrusion a bit more in this direction, and then we just need to go to edit. So we're going to go and edit extrusion now. Go to side view. Now this is where you can use your section, because maybe your section might be a different view, a better view. You're always going to see it. So now you can move this line, and you want it to be in the same. So this is quite cool. So I'm going to draw some new line work, because I wanted to follow that. Maybe I wanted to follow that profile. Okay, but we might have to see the cut differently. But anyway, if I want to follow that profile, for example, I can do that and go trim. But I think the cut's going to be too extreme. But let's just see. I'll explain. So I'm going to go like that. So come on, there. So delete that. So if I go to 3D view now, but that cut might be a little too extreme. Might be a little too extreme. But I can follow the steps, which I like. But maybe, let's see what it looks like. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to say finish, and then I'm going to go and say cut again. Yes, it might give me an upstand, so this might have to extrude a bit that way, but I've done the hard bit. Now I'm going to go and say cut again, so I'm going to say cut. This must cut that again. So now you see it follows that quite neatly. It follows it quite neatly. But this extrusion might have to, so this roof now might have to come a bit further. So this might have to start somewhere else. So where this plane was, but you see I've got this little area here, watch this. Maybe that needs to start right here. But then, if this material and your slab material are the same material, so if this floor material and this material are the same, oh, cancel that, sorry, that disrupts, you can then join and merge them together. Okay, so if you want to, but then maybe this needs to stop exactly over there. So there you can't go any further. But maybe that's a nice detail.
I think
Okay, so you can see how this stops and cuts through. But maybe that needs to go more. I see you've actually got to stop it here and go vertical. So maybe consider where this stops. But all that you've got to understand is, if you tab once or twice, you select where it's cutting, then you have to go and say edit object. And it's always invisible because it's cutting something. So
tab, it's like, how did you do that?
So what tab does, tab works with so now I've got a whole lot of objects overlining. If in the view there's a lot of objects. Look what happens when you start tabbing. So if you move it a bit, tab, you see it'll start cycling through. And at the bottom here, you see, it tells you what's selected. And if you give this in place family a name, you see this roof cuts. So now if I select and I go and edit in place, I can see the object. You can't see it now, so you just have to hover and tab sometimes. That's telling you void. Then you can go and edit this thing as you need to. Okay.
Thank you so much. And then I had another question with if you want like a flat roof, is it just like a floor slab like that?
It's a little, but you've got two options. So you can use a roof. So you can say roof, but then you're going to go and say roof by footprint. Let's just check if you've made a level. Let's go to section. I just want to check all your levels quickly. So Sana, you want your roof to work with level 2. Okay, let's go to level 2 on your plan. Now there is a way that you can see all the way down. So in your view, if you go to properties, just remember to undo this maybe. If you go to view range, you can tell this to look all the way unlimited. So you're telling Revit, look all the way down to the bottom. Go to VG, switch off your imported stuff. You don't want that file anymore. You don't want this. You don't want the unnecessary information. And just remember with Revit, you've always got to crop your views, because when you put this on your sheet, Revit wants to know exactly what you need to see on your sheet. So make sure that you crop. Very important. In my annotation videos that I've given you guys, I've explained this quite clearly. Make sure this is all you're looking at, and make sure it's always fine. Construction will always work with fine detail. Now, we're in level 2. This is your roof level. Edit. Now, there's always a cut plane, so I'm going to increase this to 1500. Now, in section, that just means that on this level 2 up, it cuts at 1500 above. So it cuts the floor plan from there down. So if we go and create a roof, you're not going to see a roof. So on level 2, let's go back to level 2. So say now I want a flat roof. So I'm going to go to roof by footprint. I'm going to go and make sure now, not my basic roof, I'm going to go to, let's see if I've got a concrete roof here, and let's check. You can use a roof as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to go, I don't. So I'm going to say duplicate, I'm going to say concrete. Now this roof, because it's not load bearing, it's not technically a very thick roof. You can make this a 170 slab. Now this will be a structural element now. It won't be a finish like a roof sheeting. This is something structural.
Okay.
Because it'll usually have a screed on top, but we ignore that for now because we'll draft that in. Because again, it's too much detail.
Yeah.
Because here you can tell something to be variable. So maybe let me do this. Make this one, I'll do this just so that you understand. Insert, I'm going to add another layer at the top, but I'm going to make this variable.
Okay.
So this can vary. So let's give this a minimum thickness because screed is always 50.
Yeah.
This is going to be substrate or finish 1.4.
Okay.
So this will be screed. I just want to show you this when we do edit stuff. Come on. Material sometimes does take a bit of time depending on your computer. So if we go to screed, there we go, concrete, sand and screed. And then this will be concrete in situ. You want it to match your other materials because it means if you join things,
Yeah.
they will start
Yeah.
they'll start joining correctly. So concrete in situ, everything's preset. You see, no, wrong one. It's this one here. It should be all light grey. Press OK. Good. 170, press OK. Done. Apply, press OK. Now I've got a roof slab. So now I'm going to draw some boundaries. So I want my roof, hypothetically, to go over this little, maybe there. Now when you're drawing the roof slab, you see it's got these weird little icons.
Yeah.
That's just to define a slope. I'm going
Yeah.
to say no, I don't
Yeah.
want a slope.
Okay.
I want this thing flat.
Okay.
Now, this roof is going to have an offset, but it's fine, we'll set that now. So I'm drawing my slab. I'm going to go to section 2, because there's my roof, but technically that should be off, that should be 2400 offset from roof 2, because
Okay.
technically it's that high off that level.
Yeah.
Now, this is very cool. If I go to 3D view, I select this object and I go isolate in 3D view, it'll isolate just this object in 3D view.
Yeah.
Now in section, the switch on detail, so you want fine, change this to 1 to 50. I don't think we're cutting through the object, so I'm going to go back to floor plan, level 2. I'm going to move, okay, now, we're not seeing the roof.
Yeah.
So how do we fix that? View range, change this to 3200, change your cut to 3200. Guess what? I'm going to see my little roof now above now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go and say edit type. I just want to make sure. Edit, so that's going to be sand, concrete, that's going to be, yeah. Okay, good. So I'm going to go to section again. I'm going to go to this section. I'm going to change this to fine so I can see the makeup of, you see it's got a screed on top?
Yeah.
Now, have you guys learned how the screed falls to
Yeah,
this?
1 to 80.
1 to 80, 1 to 60. It depends on the area as well, but 1 to 80, perfect. Now, if I go to 3D view and I'm isolating just this object and I start manipulating, if I go and change, guess what I can do?
Oh, okay. Oh.
So I'm changing this. I'm changing the way the roof slopes. But watch what happens if I go to section. Wrong section. Let me just say, yeah, finish. So you'll see that the screed now is getting thicker. So I've changed it in the wrong direction. So let's go to 3D again. So say now, this reset shape. So reset resets the shape. So if you go reset shape, yes, reset. So say now I take just this corner and I increase just this corner.
Yeah.
It slopes that roof. Now if I go to section, you'll start seeing the way it,
Yeah.
and it will also, okay, that's the wrong section, this section, you'll see in cut,
Yeah.
but it maintains your minimum 50 mil. So
Yeah.
the screed falls in that direction. Change this to 1 to 50 or 1 to 20, whatever. Now we switch on your line weights, you'll start seeing this better. Now, this is the only trick, VG. You're going to cut things by their importance, so structure, always 5 or 6 depending on your concrete. Substrate, that's 4. That's the rest can remain the same, just like this. Press apply. So there's your concrete and there's your
Okay. Oh, thank you so much.
easy, huh?
Yeah,
Easy
it's
peasy.
really easy. And I had one more question about filling.
Reset shape. Okay, for this exercise, I'll explain why. Get rid of that screed because it complicates things. Because now you have to spend more time modeling,
Yeah.
where you can just use detail items and you can draft it.
Yeah.
Okay, so edit type, so in structure, and just get rid of that. We don't need it.
Okay.
Delete. You just want a. But you could have done all of what I've done now using a floor slab.
Yes.
You could have used a floor slab as well.
Okay.
But it's good to know. Maybe one last little trick. One last trick for the day.
Yeah.
If you want to get these things to have slopes, you just say
Yeah.
define slope. This is very cool. Those are gables. Define slope 10 degrees. Let's make it 30 degrees, just like this. This is how easy it is to do a roof actually. If you kind of know what you're doing. So I'm going to go yep. Go to 3D view again. So that 3D view is active. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but we don't want those slopes. Edit boundary. Just want a flat roof. You can do everything in 3D. Define slope. Nah. Okay, now in 3D view I've messed things up a bit, so you might have to go select nothing,
Yeah.
switch off your section box, and then you're back to where you are.
Okay.
Then you can select that wall. So you can select this wall and that wall, and then use the section box tool again if you want to enable. Sorry, I should have selected. So that one and control down. I've been using Blender all morning. Sorry, it's shift. Okay. Section box. Now you can change your section box just to be around those objects, and then you can quickly fine tune it. But always duplicate a view. So if you've got enough information, select it, duplicate it, and save it separately. Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much. And
I'll save this and give it back to you.
with this section, I think section 1 or 2, there's you see over here, I'm trying to do, because my floor slab extends to the ground.
yeah.
I want to know if I can just fill it.
You can. So what you do is you excavate it, but this is where drafting comes in. Don't try and, because now you've got to subdivide it and try and extrude it up.
Okay.
It's too messy. So what we do, very easy. Annotate. This is how quick it is. So you want a filled region. Make sure that this is, we'll leave this for NGL for now, natural ground line, or I think it was line weight 6. Just make it line weight 6 or 5, doesn't matter. Now all that we do, very, very easy. You're going to draft, but you can use pick line tool. So watch, I want that face, maybe there's my basement, so my natural ground line, so now we might have to go around there. Now while we're drafting, you see it might come out the ground here, but here we might. All we do now, while we're drafting, select this object, you're going to go and isolate category. So it'll focus just on this line work, trim. Okay, maybe that'll fix it later because we're just drafting for the time being.
Yeah.
Trim that and that. Now, I'm going to go and say reset temporary hide. I'm going to use line again. This is very important. This needs to be an invisible line on your keyboard. You see that there? See what I've done? Shift and that key goes to this. These you can't delete. They're built into Revit always. Invisible line. So this line I can now, you just have to close a series of lines. You just got to close this. So make sure everything's closed. Tab once or twice. See those dots? Go finish. Now, I don't know what I've selected in the meantime. So what fill is this? This fill is roof sheeting, but if I go NGL,
Okay.
now you see there's no line work here because it's invisible.
Yeah.
So you want to blend that in with your natural ground line, but hide this now. You
Yeah.
don't need it anymore because you can now go and say edit boundary. I'm going to go and say, so maybe this line work must extend down. So what I can do is split line, split this bit of line work. Now what it allows me to do is I can use the match properties tool to match this. So I can go match those properties to that bit of line work there. Okay, press tab, you see it becomes,
Yeah.
now I can change this to be square. Now I need to kind of guess, you can switch on wireframe mode so you can see through an object. So wireframe, this will stop there somewhere. Then I just need to trace this. You'll see it will change now when it's invisible lines.
Yeah.
Just make sure that's line weight 5 or 6. 5. Don't know why that didn't change. That didn't change. Why? Anyway, select all of that quickly. It's very quick. 5 on your keyboard jumps you to the categories. Those will be nice and thick now. Now your natural ground level. So I'm going to use split line again. I want this. Tab. I want this to follow the natural line because I can switch that off for now.
Yeah.
This one I can Just maybe make this type. So tab again. I want this to line up perfectly. There, straight, line up, and then I pull this back down so it ties in with that. As close as you can.
Okay.
That's all line weight 5 again. So 5. If it's blank, it tells you there's multiple applied. Now, that's all you need to do.
Okay.
Here again, you can make your embankment look like it should.
Yeah.
Done. Then remember, that's your natural ground line. You can hide the topper solid now.
Yeah.
So
okay.
let's just change this back to hidden. Hidden. Now you just hide this thing. It's done its job.
Yeah.
Right click, you can say hide in view, or you go to VG, visibility graphics for this view. T for topper solid, jump quickly, off. Then it doesn't bother you.
Yeah.
Now you go and use your fills, and now
Yeah.
you do the concrete fitting like my video.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Good. But remember, this line work must match whatever it abuts to.
Yes.
Because if it doesn't, you get this weird.
Yeah.
But Revit's got one last little trick you can do. You can overwrite line work for a certain bit of line. You can overwrite the line work for certain objects. You see that?
Yeah.
But it doesn't do it with fills because it's a detail item. So it's just a weird thing. Okay. But just remember, if you go and edit, just make sure that this line weight matches the line work that it's connecting to.
Yes.
Then it looks correct. Okay.
Okay.
Happy
Thank you
days.
so
I'll
much.
save this and give it back to you.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, save that, close that. Oh, I should have kept Revit open, otherwise it's going to take me a gauge to open up again. Close that. I'm going to upload this file for you now, so let's just go to desktop. And then it's the department. There we go. So upload that file and send it back. Okay, bang. And we go send. Send. Done. Good. Alright, you've just sent me a file. Celia, Sam, the videos. WorkCop, download. I hope it'll ask me to download to desktop. No, it hasn't. Okay, so open there. Control X. Oops. Control X. Paste. Good. Okay, and let's open up Revit again. Let's just get rid of that other file so we don't have confusion. Get rid of that one, get rid of that one. Yeah, that's the one I need. So open that one. Good. Okay, good. What are your questions?
That's not my project. I haven't sent you
Oh.
anything yet. I'm just struggling a lot with my one ramp.
Okay.
Because it's. How can I? Is there a line that I have to?
I'll quickly show you quickly in this model.
Okay.
Okay, who sent me their file? The Villiers. Chloe. Come. I just want to use this model to show you how to cheat ramps. I will use your model if it's okay. Okay.
Yeah, my ramp isn't a normal ramp. That's also why it's.
Now explain. Ramps, yeah, so this is the flaw with Revit and ArchiCAD. They use maths to try and produce something. When the maths gets impossible, it can't make it.
Because I have a ramp, but because it also goes into the line,
I know.
I need to make.
I know.
floors and-
That's why it gets so complicated. So I'm going to show you a very quick trick using slabs. Okay. So let's just go to level 0. So now, and I'll use level 0. So in Revit, I'm just going to duplicate the roof slab, and I'll do it all in 3D as well. So if this is a floor slab, let's just check in properties. It's a roof slab. Okay, let me just select a floor maybe. You want to do this with floor slabs. So tab, tab, tab. Let me check in here. Tab, tab, tab. Let me just try and select the floor somewhere. Okay, let me just go to level 0. Floor slabs are hard to find. So if I've got a floor slab, okay, so this is level 0. I'm just going to start modeling. I'm going to go to architecture. I'm going to go to floor. Floor slab, floor architectural. Now we just got to draft arrows to show the direction of travel or fall. Revit's got the tools, but they never look great. So we actually drafted because the tool's so finicky, we just gave up using it because it's finicky. So I'm going to go and select a floor slab that's quite thin for this. Maybe that surface bed will be fine for this ramp. Oh, shucks, I'm changing that floor. My bad. So I'm going to start a new floor. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this slab. So say now this is my first ramp. Goes from there to there. Finish. This is crazy what I'm about to do. So finish. Yeah, I'd say it's intersecting. Now I'm going to grab another floor. I'm going to grab another one. Floor, because this might become my landing. So this is more of a manual method. You can do them joint, but I'll explain why you don't want to do them joint as well. So I'm going to select this object and this, So in 3D view, I'm going to select just this. Another trick while you're working, always try and keep close and active views. Try and keep the amount of views open at the same time to a minimum, because Revit will start to, especially the model says it gets a bit slow. But then I'll tile my views. I tile them. So here I'm going to go to tile, because I want to see these things together. So I'm going to open up a 3D view. So let's just go to 3D views. Let's open up 3D view. So I'm going to tile my 3D view and my floor plan view together. So it means that while I'm working on the one, I can see what's going on over here. Okay, so if I select this object, so if I select that object, you see I'm playing while I'm working? So if I select these two objects just like this, and they're all attached to level 0, and I go and say isolate, I'm going to go isolate element, undo, so I've done it in the wrong direction. Control. So I'm going to go and say isolate element. Good. Now what's interesting about floor slabs, when you select them, you see that this dialog box opens here. So modify sub-elements. So what this allows me to do,
Okay, so you just manually create them.
then you manually create them, because now I'll show you if the floor slab curves, you can do the same thing. Whereas now, if you're doing a curved ramp in Revit, it does a whole bunch of maths and it fails. Now, okay, I've done that floor, and you see what happens now, Revit. Now this floor, I can simply move it, so I can use the align command. So I can tab until it selects just a line, and I can go like that. I've aligned it there. Now watch what I can do with this little guy. I can go and say, I can now go and add a split line, so I can break this thing up. So yeah, this is why I need my floor plan. Oh, it's out of the view range now. But anyway, let's just go to top here. I hope this is not in perspective. Let me check. Right click, yeah, orthographic. So what I can do now is I can go and split this line. I can split this object. I can split this object now. And then I can go to points and I can move these points. So just escape. I can now move these points, move them so that they tie up to this point here. Bang. So what it allows me to do now, with this subsurface going on, it allows me now to go and grab this one and go. Now, the whole time while you're working, you might want a section open so that you know, just plan how the ramp must go. Okay. But there I don't use any ramp tool. Then what Revit allows us to do, because these are the same material, I can then join these together. Sometimes this is a better way. You see how it's joined to one object? Very easy. Because a ramp requires a rule. 1 in 15, it's so strict, and then the landing, then it wants a hand railing. Just gets so complicated. But you can make the hand railing follow this object. Because you can, if you want the hand railing.
Yeah, I've got one, but I need to customize the hand railing. How
But
can
now,
I do that?
Draft Revit. To do hand railings, you need a PhD in maths.
Okay.
But what I can do, watch this very quickly. Architecture, wall. Watch how quick I can use a wall to do this. And you can make it look like glass, but I'll use a wall. So I'm going to say wall. So I'm going to draw a wall. I'm going to say pick line. See what I'm doing? I'm telling to pick the surface. Okay. I'm going to tell Revit to start the wall below and use match properties, MA, because I wanted to match, MA, I wanted this to match this, so it'll extrude everything down. See what it does. Okay, so match properties and modify, MA, it's this thing over here, match properties. Now, why am I doing this? I can now go to say edit profile, watch this is power. I'm going to tell it to copy the bottom of that, trim. So it's supposed to trim. It's just a bit iffy at the moment, that and that. Get rid of that. Now, I want to offset that because I want to know how. So I'm going to use the pick line tool again. I'm going to select the top of this, but now that needs to be offset by 900 or a meter because you need a handrail needs to be a certain height. You guys learned that, hey? It's a meter. Part M, I think it is. Bang. Watch this. Now your wall is going to follow.
Okay, yeah.
Now your landing, it does the same. So you can go and customize this. Look, if it's flat, you don't have to because you can, watch how quick I can do this in 3D. Align command, so I'm using align command. So the underside of this, that, bang, done. This one, I can maybe make its height where it stops. Because it's not changing, but this one, because the profile changes, I might have to use that other approach. But I'm just showing you very quickly how you can use these levels. But now this level, this modification is always happening relative to the level that you were working on. So just bear that in mind. Okay, but it's very doable. You can even make them twist. Is it? Okay.
No, it's rectangular. So it's,
Then you create a little landing and then you set this one up and then you can customize these things to kind of work for you. Okay, just remember if you disconnect these now, that it will break, it'll tell you it's no longer connected. So if you move that down, it's telling you, ooh, something wrong. Okay, but what I do like, just say unjoin element for now. What I do like now, I can grab this and I can go back here again. I can select all of those levels and then pull them down to snap. Sorry, don't do that. If I grab this point here and I drag this down, oh, come on. Let me just move one at a time. This will snap to that. Then you just make sure that this one pulls down to snap to that one as well. So if I grab, why is it not selecting that edge? It's these points, I'll explain. So select the point. You can drag it down to that point there. So you can move these and snap them. So you want this enabled. Enable snapping to lines. Okay. Go to, you actually want to work on a bit of a side view. Okay, sometimes this is a bit strange. But you can also copy that value. Control C,
yeah, just paste.
Control V, that's actually the safer bet. But now Revit was trying to do this maths that I'm doing manually now. That's why this thing doesn't like it. So Revit's trying to do this maths. When the maths gets impossible, thing collapsed. Okay. So, and this works with curves as well. So if I go and edit boundary, and I change this to a curve, so if I add a curve in here, okay, maybe that's not the best curve to add in there because that thing causes havoc. Those things, just be careful with splines and that, the maths get so impossible. So it's that did that, for example. What I do like is it'll try, see there, that point, I'll explain now why it's not working. But now if I grab this point and I go edit boundary, it will make it work. It will make it work. But if you try and do that with a ramp,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of things that sometimes we just have to, okay. So now I can also make this, I can make this follow the profile. What I do like about walls now, I can go architecture, wall. So I'm going to say wall, architecture, wall, and I can use the pick line tool again, and it will follow that profile. This is what I do like about walls. And then you can do that cut thing again, and okay, you can do that whole exercise again, and it will follow it. Try and do that with a handrail. Again, you'll be crying. The maths involved. Okay.
Tried it at some.
No, it's very tough. So just use your floors. Just remember that this level, these levels are always relative to the project base point or current level. You see that. So just be careful when you use editing these points. Just make sure that you edit the stuff according. And then what's nice about this, if you want to fix everything, you just say reset. So select one, you go to reset. Watch this. Reset profile. It'll make it flat. Bang.
Okay.
Then you can start again. This one, same deal. Just unjoin element, that's fine. Same deal with this. If you go reset shape, yes. It even gets rid of that little break in the middle. That's how you do these flat roofs where you want to bring up the edges and do this funky, you use a split line tool and then, okay, all right, cool.
And if, say, you have a family, like those doors you uploaded for us onto, if you want to edit that, how do you edit it that it moves with the door?
Let me explain. You have to keep them closed. Now, this is the problem with families, and this is the problem with Revit as well, in my opinion. It's very. So if I go to existing, let's just go to ground floor, maybe ground floor. Let me just pick a family here, maybe if there's one installed. Basement. Let me check if there's any families. So let me open this door. Edit family. I'm going to explain. A family. Let's close this view for now. Oh no, let's leave this here. I'll close this view for now. This is the problem with a family. Everything is driven by maths. If I go here, to make this thing work, you've got to do this maths. Then, even further now, if you go to the family itself, you've got to write all these equations. Everything is driven by these little, so that's why.
So if I want to add a window into the door, it's...
Okay, so it's going to be so difficult, but anything in Revit you can model in place. You've got this function to model in place. So by which I mean, you can model an in place door and try and do it that way, because to try and write a family, this has always been the problem with Revit. ArchiCAD, to a degree, has the same issue. To go and try and write this thing to behave a certain way, it's a whole lot of work. It is I'm lying, sometimes it's 2 weeks to build that family correctly. Constant testing, trying it, bring it in, it must cut automatically, there's all these parameters, it just gets, but you can, let me just select this wall and go to 3D view. So I'm just isolating this wall in 3D, oh yeah, and reset temporary height, reset. I've just isolated that wall very quickly. What this allows me to do, I can model in place, I can model a door in place. The only catch now is you'll have to use the edit profile tool, or you have to cut an opening in the, so you can cut an opening, you see opening, I can put an opening in the wall quickly, very quickly, then you need to model around it. But you can go to component, model in place, and you can model a door in place. So go to door, very easy to model these in place actually. Door one, call it. Now, try and model all your doors in the same in-place family, because now if you've got all these different in-place families, it also gets complicated. Now, you can't cut a void. Maybe it will. No, you see, you need a host.
But can't you just set a plane?
Not really. I'll explain why. Let's just pick, I'm going to pick, this is my work plane. Now you can start modeling. So I'm going to say create. I'm going to use a sweep profile for my frame. Very easy. So I'm going to say sketch. I'm going to start sketching. Blunk, blunk. I'm just going to draw this very quickly. You'll get the idea. Down to there. So that's my profile that I want. Then it will ask me, okay, but what do you want? So I'm going to say edit profile. I want to add a profile. This gets a bit funky because of the angle, but it doesn't matter. I want to create a frame. Oh yeah, make sure that you're working, otherwise this will get very frustrating. Now this does get frustrating because we're at different angles, so now we're going to have to draw. I'm just showing you this very quickly. And this is where you need to work and plan and right angles. This is where things do get complicated, okay? But it's easier once you've drawn the shape to fix it. So let's go to basement. So this door will now, this frame will work in here. So let's just quickly switch off your line weights and again make sure that you're working. So this, I want this to be my door frame. It's going to follow that profile. So usually these are about 50 mil, totally up to you. That's all I need. If I press finish, it will create the extrusion in 3D very quickly for me.
Then you just have to cut a hole through.
Cut a hole, then you want to create extrusion for the door itself. So you're going to go and say create extrusion. Now this gets quite interesting. You use the pick line tool. So you see this frame and you use the lock icon. Lock, it means if that frame changes in size.
The opening changes with that.
Very important. So now you create this, now this is the power of Revit. So now, if I create this extrusion, it's going to make a thick door. But if I go back to basement, and I move this frame inside here. So remember where this plane was working from? So if I say minus 60 and I go minus 10, the extrusion will work within, I did say minus 10, I don't know why minus 10, anyway. You see it's offsetting at minus 10 from that? So there's my door, finish. So if I go to 3D view now, and remember edits in place, so if you're going to create another door, make this a group and copy and move it somewhere else. And or you might have to create separate ones, but the more in-place families you have in your model, the more heavy it's going to become. Okay, so I'm going to go finish. I'm going to cut a hole quickly now. I'm going to use this wall opening, but what it allows me to do, it gives me something to select to. If you need to adjust the opening, it's very easy to go and adjust the opening on plan. You can adjust this now on plan. I'll explain once we go to basement. It gets easy now to adjust this to work with this door. Okay. You can use the align command. Maybe that line's not 100% straight, but you can get this quite accurate. Okay. Okay, for now I'm just showing you 3D view. Okay, now there's your door. Then you got that. Now you can go and say edit extrusion again. So I'm going to go and edit extrusion again because maybe I need some glass in here. You can use dimensions to work accurately. Tab, you see, and you can make these actual dimensions and lock them so that if the thing, it will adjust with it. Okay, so you can make these dimensions. Finish. Switch off your view. Switch off your switch off your work plane. So there I've got a hole in my door. Now you can go again. You can create another sweep. Or you can create another extrusion, but this time I'm going to say set plane. I'm going to use this. Now I can create a bit of glass that sits in here. But watch this. Tab once or twice. Done. Lock it so that it moves with that object as well in case. Now this will be glass. So this will be, so it'll start, let's just make it 5 mil to end. Start 0. So let's say minus 10 and then minus 20. Minus 20, I'll explain now. And say finish. Now you'll see that it will make the glass in there. But one last step. You need to start classifying certain objects. So this is, what is this? This is a frame. It's a frame. So when Revit cuts through it, it knows what it is and gives the line weights appropriate. That is a, category, subcategory. That is a door swing or panel. So you look, it'll show you opening direction panel. So just keep looking, panel. That's your door panel. So frame panel, and that is your glass. Glass. Now you also make sure that you add the materials to these objects. So here you need to say that's glass. Now by default, if you don't have a glass in Revit, you use, there's another, it's always hidden here. See at the bottom here, search. You can add more stuff from here and you click this up arrow to add it in. But I'm going to use glass 1, so I know that I'm working. So glass 1, you can add this word. So now if you go to realistic view or textured view, you can start seeing the correct, okay. Realistic view, ideally you want to see glass as translucent, okay. This will just make your computer quite slow. So just, you pick your poison, okay? But now, door frame, I can add a timber to that. I can add a material, timber. So if we go timber, just remember at the bottom here, you've always got these materials that you can always add. I'm just going to change it to that one. Oh yeah, and your opening just needs to be slightly bigger, but that's very easy to do, okay?
And in plan, will it show as an open door or will
No.
it be?
So now, basement, this is where you've got to do a bit of drafting. Okay, so you have to do a bit of drafting on plan view. So finish the command. Now, on this plan, you're going to go to annotate. And this is also quite quick. Detail line work. You're going to go and use the pick line tool because this gives me an outline. See how I do this quickly? And then I rotate it. Just make sure what line work you're using. So you can go and isolate category quickly, you rotate it, you draft.
Okay.
That's the only catch.
And if I've accidentally hidden something in my view,
Okay,
how do
so,
I undo?
okay, so if you've accidentally hitting something.
No,
so-
not this hidden as in left click. Hide.
Yeah, and I'll explain. So now you've got another command which doesn't. Why am I not seeing it here? It's supposed to be here. That's very strange. There it is. You see this icon. Anything that's hidden, you can now go and select, and so it's either hidden by category or element. So here in that view, I think in basement it should be active. Why am I not seeing that command here? It should be here. That's very strange. That is very strange. Let me just go to make sure I'm on the right level here. It's supposed to be. So existing, because it's working here on site, you're looking for this icon. That reveals. Okay. It's supposed to be exactly the same in basement, but something's gone a bit
Yeah, I'll
wacky.
check where I can find mine. Okay.
There it is there. So if you go here, you can see what you need to reveal. Okay. That's strange. In basement, it's supposed to, there it's back. There we go. I don't know, something happened there. But anyway, you get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And then I have one last question. I need to fill a gap that I have created. Let me go to my basement view. So I have cut these holes, and I now need to fill them with soil. But
Oh, you use another, so you can use another slab that's slightly lower and use another material, and then you just select the outline and you fill it.
Yeah, it's not a. Do I select that sweep I have created as the fill line?
Oh yeah, because now you've got that shape. You know what I would do? You can use a drafting region over to illustrate it. You can draft that in. In section, you can draft where that happens as well.
Okay, yeah, because I've got.
Because
a lot-
now you stuck in this trap now when you're trying to model everything. Remember, this is not a design model. It's more of a construction model. So we pull the reins a bit.
Yeah, because I'm not sure, because we need a lot of detail for our construction. So for me to use this model, I need to.
But remember, all that you're only showing one section and you're drafting what you think you should see there. This is giving you an outline of what's happening there. Then you draft the nitty gritty. Don't try and model everything. You'll see that the stairs won't connect correctly, so you have to draft over that to make it look correct.
Yeah.
Welcome to construction drawings. It's very different to designing and modeling stuff in detail. Okay,
Okay. Thank you so much.
same questions.
Connections, where they should go, like the water connection.
Okay.
Because I'm on side too, and there's a little alleyway, and my bathroom's still on this side. And yeah,
Okay.
I don't know where to put
Technically,
the stuff.
so technically, where's your site boundary? Is your site boundary here?
Yeah, it's this line.
Technically, the stick line
Yeah.
here. Okay, technically, everything should be on your site.
Oh,
but
okay.
sometimes they call this a servitude, where both properties will have a servitude. You can't build over the servitude, technically.
Yeah.
But then you share the servitude,
Yes.
but it's on your property.
Yeah.
Anyway, technically, you're going to start with, so very basic, you're going to start with a rotting eye, where they get access. That will continue. Hey, I'm going to show you this. If you go to this web page, it actually shows you everything. So if you go to Marley Plumbing, don't go to Bob Marley Plumbing, it's something else. So Marley Plumbing, and you go to their website. I hope the South African one, no, I want to go to the South African one. Where's the South African website here? Let me show you on Teams where you can get it. I've got it available for you guys on Teams, okay? So let me show you on Teams. So if you go to Teams and you go to Support, Regulation Library, it's in BIM Library, and you go to Building Products. So that's OK 300. It's the same on yours. Library, and you go to Building Products. There's a Marley Plumbing, there's a Marley catalog here. What's nice about this catalog, it shows you exactly how everything works, but in images. You see here? Rotting eye, then it goes underground. Then you get these inspection eyes. Those are inspection eyes. You see how the wet bends? So you can have a RE, rotting eye, or cleaning eye, they're the same thing. Then your toilets, and that goes up to the ground because you have to rod it. Then it goes underground. Then your toilets start. Now, I would connect that one. That will connect into there maybe. This can connect in there, then go in.
Oh.
Because you'll see how these things, there is one of a bathroom here. If you keep going down, you'll see, check how you'll see how they even got diagrams how it all works. You see?
Oh, that's actually nice.
Yeah. So toilets sometimes, you see how they connect into a stack? So your toilet is already a stack. So they all connect into the stack and then connect to the sewer.
Oh, okay.
So here you're going to have a WC. So that will connect in, and it's actually a long radius bend, but we don't show it like that, you show it straight. That's an inspection eye. Then you show another round circle, because that goes up, there's a stack here, and that's a stub stack. Now, the head of the run, the head of the sewer must go to external air.
Okay.
So this one might not be stack, this just be called a stack, or S, or stack. That must vent to external air. The rest don't have to. Then you've got a toilet here again, another WC. That goes in and connects into there. Again, inspection eye. Now you've got a wash hand basin over here. Wash hand basin. That will go to a waste, and that will go into the stub stack. SS. Then that connects in.
Okay. That makes
Actually very
sense.
easy.
And then
That's a green line, by the way. Green. As per my example.
yes,
If you guys are not sure,
that confused me because on the
I can
on
explain.
our detail lines, the colors.
It's green, red, and brown.
Yes.
Green is wastewater. B for puffy is sewer. Okay?
Okay.
Now, in your regulations library, I've actually given you guys a special. If you go to, it's hard to find. So I think it was this section AA. I think it was this one. It's got all the colors and of things. So if you keep going down, these are weird. Maybe it's not this one. I hope it's this one. Let me check. Yeah, it's got all the definitions. If you keep scrolling down, I think it's the other one. I think. Let me just check. Should be this one. There. All the colors. You see, drains and pipes, brown, wastewater. This is by council requirement.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go look at
Here's all the different new masonry, red, concrete green. That's why my colors match. We used to have to color in the plans. Now you just click a button and it's colored in.
Okay. And where does the water connect to the
Then you're going to have a sewer, because as this, you're going to have a big main sewer, and this is your existing sewer, and that's usually a dark, thick line, and you call this existing sewer. Now, typically this will connect to existing sewer, and there's usually a manhole. Go and look on the sidewalks. There's a manhole.
Okay. Where it connects.
Yeah.
Do I have to model that in?
H. No, it's all 2D drafting.
Yeah, well,
Anything
yes.
that's service related, you draft.
Put it in.
Don't model it.
Yes.
You'll be wasting your time.
And then, so on your examples, there was the water connection. So that also comes from the street.
Yeah, that comes from the street. So you can just say, because you might not know. So you just say, circle, water connection, electrical connection. Electrical connection's quite obvious. You'll see there's always the water connection on your sidewalks. You'll see them along those little white boxes that stick out the ground.
Yes.
That's your water connection. That's your mains water connection.
Okay.
So we're only showing where that point is. We don't show the reticulation on site because we need to tell them where to put that connection. Electrical connection, there's usually a little electrical box on your boundary walls where that comes in as well.
So I can put it anywhere, or should I go try and see?
No, it's usually on the roads. And if you go down the road, there's usually a big substation, because then you can see on what side of the road it's put in. And they usually put that in the sidewalks, or they put it in the road.
Okay.
In some cases, there'll be manholes in the road, and they have a different symbol on them. So some are for sewer and stormwater, and some are for electrical. They actually run in parallel, and they run at different heights. It's crazy. Okay, let me show you. Again, I've given you guys so much. Regulation library, watch this. If you go to regulation library, this is crazy. Swanee standard details, road details. You click there. I'll show you exactly, there it is. There's the detail. Here's how everything works. They've got these different service zones. That's why you always keep a sidewalk.
Oh, okay.
Here they tell you sewer, manhole. That's how deep it is. There's your connection. Then that's electrical. That's fiber. They have these zones in which
Yes.
This is how a road works,
Oh, okay.
with all the detail.
That's so interesting.
Lots. I've given you. You guys will see. They've got the different service zones. They give you how it works, how the islands work. You've actually got to know this a little.
Yeah.
I promise you, if you keep going down, how the routes of the road, how bus stops work, how parking works. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Trust me, so much. This is what the council wants you to know. How parking works. That's how parking works. Don't do it any other way because they won't approve the plans. How entrances work to a site. How. Okay. Go and have a look. There's
Thank you.
lots of bedtime reading there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Next. But well done, you. 90% of the done. Well, hey, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yeah.
I just quickly want to ask for further submission. Is it fine if we submit the rayon drawings?
Rayon.
Right, is that fine?
Perfect.
Okay, and then just the
Site plan and floor plans for now.
and a Revit model. Do we have to submit that
No.
as well? No Revit model.
So if you guys are using Revit and Rayon, but you're drafting in Rayon,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually very easy. This is actually super easy. If I go to, let's go to ground floor, and I pick a section. So say now I'm using Revit to model as much as I can. The only trick here is make sure that this is fine.
Yeah.
That's all you got to understand. You can export what I'm seeing here, file, export as a DWG. So watch this, it's crazy easy. Save as, so you're going to go export, export, standard, DWG. Now the only trick is, you just want to say current view, what I'm seeing. The only other trick here is, on general, make sure that it doesn't export this rubbish. That's
Okay.
all you need to do. Just like this. If I go like this and I go next,
And then you just throw it into
desktop, you'll see now section 10. I'm going to put this on my desktop. If I go to Rayon, it might log me out of my other one.
The only reason I'm just asking is because, like, for the 3 grid, I already built everything in Rayon.
Keep
so
on Rayon.
everything's already there.
Keep using Revit to give you some stuff that you need. So I'm just going to open up a personal one. I'll just create a test here.
Because all my
So
construction drawings and all my floor plans and sections and everything, I'll just make. You just want more construction type sections
yes.
because it's
As
really
those,
design sections.
as those examples I've given you, exactly
yeah,
that.
okay.
Exactly that. So this is all from AutoCAD, but now it's so easy. File, import, DWG,
And then you just
go to
throw it in there.
desktop. The only trick is the scale, but watch. Import, the only trick here is when you bring it in, just make sure that's something, but you can scale it once it's in already.
I remember you just have to find an element that has a dimension. or
But
you know,
look,
dimension
it brings, look what it brings in for you. Then you can draft, continue. So just select 2 points, just pick something. So there and there. How 250 mil, perfect. Continue, insert, import. Maybe that should have been in millimeters, my bad.
No, it's fine.
So undo.
Yeah, but I understand what you're saying.
But now you convert all of the stuff to Rayon stuff and then you carry on. This you
Okay.
can get rid of because that's a fill.
Yeah.
Fill. You can now go and change it because it's this quick. You can go here, I want all of that light grey. Quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's actually super quick.
Okay. That's all.
You can
Thank
select
for
this again, fill regions again, grey. Now you go and add all your other stuff, get rid of
Yeah.
this stuff because that you don't need because that was the top of solid in the
Yeah.
background.
Fantastic. Thank you, Mr.
Happy
Green.
days, eh? Happy days. Sorry, that should have been millimeters, not meters. Okay. So I just want to help Chloe quickly and then I'll be with you. Chloe? Sorry, your model's been a demonstration for a lot of people.
It's okay.
Okay, what you battling with?
So for your site plan, you've got a lot. Your legend is very
Complex.
complex and detailed. How much of that detail, like legend?
You only show what's relevant to your project.
Okay, can you quickly
Yeah, I've
look
got
at
your site
my
plan.
site plan?
Okay, so
Not,
you've got
not that one.
the
Site.
one. The
There's
one.
existing site and then there's site.
Oh,
Site
site
is,
plan. There we go.
yeah.
There we go. Okay. Jeez,
Oh,
well done.
Maybe just remove. There's something important that's kind of funky.
That's fine for
yeah.
now. So you can get rid of all the text. What I do need is your site boundaries, and that's usually quite a thick line. So you want to show that information quite thick. So that's correct. Thick line. You want to show me the boundary lines, but and then all the service that you're using here, you just show that as well.
Okay.
but that's it. But I did give you the legend already. It's in here. Oh, so you're busy
That's-
adding.
Yeah.
So you can duplicate my one that I've given you. So you can show this as well. So you can put your trees on. Now, just a trick, sometimes show this as a different scale. It doesn't matter because it goes on your sheet, it doesn't go in the view. Sometimes you might have to play the scale depending on the objects that we use, okay? But you know what? Just that, and maybe that site peg location, an existing tree. So all you need to add is just the service information down.
Okay, cool.
That's all
And
we need
then
to see.
the electrical and stuff like that, the electrical connection and things.
Oh, that example that I gave you guys, you can go and open that Revit model of
Yeah.
mine. Okay, very easy. So if you go to Teams,
I do have, yeah, I've got it.
if you've got it, okay, yeah, here I've got it access. So if I go to, I hope I've put it in the right location for you guys. I have. So if you go to OKU, I'm just going to open it from my side to show you what you can take from it
Yeah.
and how to take information. That's important. Now you need to open that project file in the same session as this. So view, close and active views. Okay. So in here, oh yeah, close that. You don't want to get a fright when you see that. So let's just go to site plan. Or, okay, in this view, so if you want to copy stuff from my project, very easy. So I'm going to go to OKU. I'm going to go to BIM Library, Revit. I'm just going to open the one I've given you. I mustn't change that, but I'm going to go to Revit. So I'm going to go to project files because I've put this under project files. Oh, I'm going to have to use examples rather, sorry. Examples. I'm going to go Hatfield, and it'll be this one, OKU 201. I've added a new one there. It's got all the steps. So I'm going to open this guy. Open this file in the same session. Now, everything in this file I can copy and paste between the two.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this project file, if I go to my legend now, so if I go Service Legends, I can go now,
But
one to one.
how much of that information is required for our project?
None of this, because you're not showing fire hydrants. Stormwater direction is important. Your guys, with the thing comes down, will always show the direction of stormwater.
How would I add it on my...
Yeah, grab, it's a little symbol. So you can copy and paste it, or you just draft it. So you can copy this guy, because this is technically just a fold region. So Control C, site plan, Control V. It might come in very small, because it was 1-to-1. But
Tiny.
you edit, oh, it's a family. So here you just, oh, it's a damn family. You know, these things get a bit strange when they get like this, because it's a family. So edit family. This is it's a model item. This is the problem with these damn things. So let me just go and close this quickly.
And maybe just add a random arrow.
I'll explain. Switch off line weights. It's going to be tiny. You're going to go to architecture. It's very quick. Annotate in the same view, and you're going to press tab once or twice. Watch this. It's so quick. Watch. Done. Now with that selected, I'm going to scale this thing now. You have to scale within the... So let's scale that to a 300. Finish. Now just remember to get rid of that little thing. Now this you can just fill with the same filled region. I think it was stormwater. I think it was blue already. I think it was here. If not, very easy. Duplicate. Duplicate with detailing, because I want to make this stormwater. Oh gee, sorry, I forgot the R. You're going to fill this with a... You can pick the same color. Just pick a blue color that's... We showed blue. Pick a nice blue color, and you want to make sure that this is maybe not masking, so that you can still see information below. Masking means it will hide everything.
Oh, okay.
So now this little guy. So if I move it. So let's just go and move. So you see how your contours come down. Oh, you must show your contours, yeah. So which direction they go in, the storm water is always going to go in that direction. So the storm water is actually going in. So I'm going to go rotate. The storm water is actually going in that direction, because it's going down.
Yeah.
So if you just put this somewhere on your site,
Okay, it can be anywhere.
anywhere, because you're telling me the direction of stormwater. So it means that you need to make some sort of provisions. It's not you, but council will probably make a provision here on the road where they're going to collect it.
Can I put it somewhere like
Yeah.
a bit further away from the
Yeah.
building and all?
Edit. Here again, I just need to scale this maybe a bit more. So scale this a bit more. So maybe scale. Now I can use a factor. I'm just going to say by twice. I'm going to pick this point over here, And here where it says, where's it gone now? Here, numerical, twice. And then click there. Bang. Done. Okay. So now you can move this guy around. Okay. Now this service legend, if you want it in your project,
I
in
already
your-
did kind of, you copy and paste some of the information, right?
Not yet.
Not
So
yet.
in here, you need to go to legend. So make a new legend. New legend. The trick is the scales must match. I'll leave it legend 2 for now.
Oh god, it scales much more.
So you must make sure that's 1-to-1, and you must make sure that this is 1-to-1, because if you don't, things won't look correct. Control C. Control V.
Got it. And then
Okay.
I can remove some of it.
Yeah, then you get rid of, you'll see for the third years they do this fire hydrant. No, I don't need that. Existing water connection. So here you're going to get rid of that. Stormwater, municipal stormwater legend, you're probably going to keep that. Because we don't know the rest. Irrigation, we don't know. So power supply, we do have. That, we don't have. Then you just move this stuff up. Then you select this stuff, nudge on your keys, watch. Up. It's actually very quick.
I got it.
Okay. Then you edit this to suit you. I'll leave it like that for you. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Good. But your site plan's looking good, eh?
Thanks.
Good.
The
Just show your building footprint in red. We don't actually
Yeah.
show the extent of the building in red.
okay.
So that's where we're going to use. So your actual footprint, sometimes overhangs are allowed, but we show the building footprint. So let's go to ground floor. I'll show you. Which is your floor that has the most area? Ground floor or
Level 0.
level 0. Okay. So watch this. So say now, this is the extent of your building. So say now, yeah, so watch this. You're going to go to annotate, again, drafted, annotation. This is quite a thickish line, again. This will be like line weight 4 or 5, 4. Pick line. So I'm going to say I want that line, because maybe this is the only extent of your building. This is the measurable area of your building. That facade detail doesn't factor. So I'm going to isolate or switch on your line weight so I can see the line weights a bit. I'm going to go trim. You can hide the rest or kind of annotate what you need to see. Because technically, that's all I need to show. Now, this filled region will be proposed. It will hide or mask everything. You can show it like this. Control X, I'm cutting it out of here and I'm putting it back on your site plan. So I'm going to go and say edit, paste in place. So I'm going to go edit, modify, paste, align to current view. Done. So that's actually the extent of the building, and you need to give me some dimensions from that line there. So tab until it's just a point, tab. Because that's the extent of your building. So if you look at my example, you can show this
That's
information
where the
below.
bricks are.
That's where the wall comes up. Your overhang doesn't factor.
And the ramp, that doesn't factor either.
No, because it's not enclosed, but you can draft and show where that is, because this is the problem with the site plan sometimes, because your roof hides. So sometimes I switch off the roof stuff and I just show, because technically that's the extent of your building. That's it.
Yeah.
Then you go earth, you give me the area, done. That's the earth area, but looking good, eh?
Thanks.
Very nice. Just the trees are also just grey out as well. If they're all in one family, you can also override them in the view by element. You can override all of these to be. That's fine. Color, I just make them grayed out a bit. Can I make sure it's line weight 2 or 1, 2. Apply. You see they're nice and grayed out and thin, and in the
That's
background, way better. Okay.
The electricity. Would that's in red, right? Would
Yeah.
it look like that?
Put just like that. So it usually comes off your street somewhere. You don't know.
Yeah.
Just show them there, and you say, and just put a bit of text. Okay.
And the purple one, the water, is
That can
the
be
is the
there as well.
connection like okay there?
Yeah. You can go to Google Earth and look, and you'll see a little white box,
I
like
think
you see
it
in
is.
Pretoria.
It is there. I think.
But they leave it there, yeah.
Okay, cool.
You don't. Sometimes we don't know, so just, we don't know, just make an educated guess. Okay.
And the electricity is fine. That's all
Can
you have to
come
add
close,
for the electricity. Then
yeah.
for the plans, do we need to add the electricity and everything?
Just plumbing.
Just plumbing.
Just plumbing. If you read his brief, it's just plumbing. You've done the electrical. You guys can keep those electrical plans. If you've got the electrical layouts that you've done already, you can just copy the information and show that. Okay, but it's not.
Not required.
It's just showing. So if you look at my example again, you'll see that it's just the plumbing, and sometimes the plumbing's so basic. If I go to my floor plans in here, so if I go to ground floor or basement, it's very basic. You can see because there's a stack. That's all. Rotting eye, inspection eye. That's all you show because that's all you can show. On ground floor, again, it's coming from the floor above. There's nothing more to show. I have done a first floor where you can. I don't think I've drafted in the bathrooms. So everything was 2D. So this goes into a stack and goes down.
Okay, so the floor plans are very basic.
Actually, they're very basic because you're just showing. That's what you show.
Yep.
No, very. I sometimes show a bit of furniture, but it's always grayed out, and it's just there to inform. But everything else is drafted.
And the kitchen is important, right?
Hey?
The kitchen.
Just the kitchen counter, not all the little chairs and stuff around. Just the stuff that's getting built in by the contractor.
So mine's got like, you know, those industrial kitchen tables and stuff. Do I just leave
That's excluded. Stuff
so
that
it's
the
like blank and
contractor.
everything, and
Yeah.
then if something's built, then it's
Yeah. So that kitchen counter, that's very important. That's get built in part of the design.
And if there's like built-in display cabinets and stuff, include them.
You can dash them. So what we do, this is not the best. I've actually given you some other examples. So let me just show you some examples that you guys have available that will guide you. So okay, 200. Let's go and look at, so let's go to support. I hope I've given you these files, examples. I have given them to you, yeah. So class files, student files, and there should be examples. So no, those are for you guys. I want to show you, so project files here, examples. Examples. Drawing examples here. So here's a complete set of, shucks, I didn't give it to you guys. Shucks. Let me just check if this is the right one. Let me just see. No, this is stuff I'm busy putting together. I know, this is correct. So this is like a good set of drawings to kind of give you an idea of what you show. If you go and look at, so we do see how the kitchen counter, and it's very little. Yes, we do show some of the furniture, but it's not required. Where you are building in a TV cabinet, then we do show it. Okay? Again, where the cupboards are, but there's very little detail.
Yes,
The detail's
that's
very basic. It's just so that the contractor knows there
This
is
is
a cupboard there and we need that. So it's just to more inform them what we're doing there so they have a better idea. But that's all you show. None of the detail. It's very limited. You focus on, if you see where the detail is, it's how the walls are put together, how they annotated. Okay, so how those things, here's your site plan. Look, that site plan is actually quite basic.
So just the plumbing and no electrical.
No electrical. Plumbing. Here there is plumbing. I think on these plans there is plumbing. I hope there was.
No.
There should be. I know that they have got a plumbing plan, or maybe that was removed off this plan. I know that there were services. Let me just go to the site plan. Maybe not. I wonder why that was off. Oh, you know why? It's been switched off. Maybe that was my bad. But the plumbing's a relatively new thing. But I've given you some of the other examples of students, what they've done. So just go and look at their stuff as well. Okay, so if you are not sure, just go and look at these examples as well. Okay, so I've given you there, and this is what they showed for plumbing. It's not a lot. You can see, that's just plumbing. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so very basic services. This is kind of what they did last year. So if you want something to benchmark.
Okay.
Okay. But it's not a lot of drawings. It's 3 sheets. If you work
3 sheets.
3 sheets. If
So
you work
site plan and then
floor plans, and then because there was a couple more, 1 section through the stair. They've added more because they probably couldn't give a section through the stair.
but the sections are only for exam, right?
It's only for the exam, yeah. This is a complete set of drawings. I just want to find, there was one here where it was very compact. This was the one. So you can put, this was very compact. 1 section. They went nuts with some additional stuff if you want to show, but just stick to the core. Okay. The site plans were very basic. This is something that people still battle with. But in construction, we feel that they must teach you more. I can't teach you construction. I need to teach you how to use the software.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be over teaching. Okay. Good.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks, Chloe. Do you want this file back? Or
no,
you okay?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes.
So
Did you send me a file?
Yeah, I just sent a new file when I
Okay.
got some, when I added some.
Okay, let me just close what I'm doing here and then focus on.
I type questions so I don't forget.
That's great. I want questions. That's good. Oh, sorry, but you were next. But have you sent your file?
I long
Sorry.
sent.
Huh?
I was waiting while there was a more line.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
If you look
I'm jumping the
previous.
queue here. Sorry, I just want to see who sent next. Because
Yeah.
I'm going on whoever sends you help.
Because before, yeah, I recently sent, but then before.
That's yours.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so-
then
All right, let me help her quickly and then I'll be with you. You sent me your file, hey? Oh, you got to send files. Anyway, bring the C. I'll be with you in a minute, Amy.
I didn't send you a file.
Did you send me a file? Send me a file. What's up? Hey, this is coming together.
It's not.
No, it is.
You see how the like different.
Levels.
Yeah.
So I've made a recording today, that's why I'm doing this, where I use the ramps and I use floors, not ramps. Okay, so I'll show you this again. So let me just close Chloe's file and I'll keep my file open. So this is the example file that I used a while back. You can go and open this file, but in essence, what you do is, let me just go to ground floor or first floor. In first floor, ignore the extra information. I'm going to use a floor slab. So if you want to create those extra bits, you use floor slabs and then you make floor slabs ramp. But I have done it today. So if you watch today's video in the beginning, I covered it. So say now I make a ramp over here and I finish this. Now I know it's just a floor slab, and in 3D I'm going to select this object, and in 3D view I'm going to go to 3D view. I'm going to go. So there's a lot going on in this model, and I'm going to isolate just this model. So let me just double click it, or go to it. Okay, sorry, let me just move this out the way. So the problem with ramps, it's all set up in rules. It's got all of these rules that you've got to go and have to go and set and program. It's a nightmare. And then if the ramp gets complicated, Revit just doesn't know because it's trying to do the math. So we fudge it a bit. You will learn these tools, but use the tool when you need to. But for now, we're going to fudge it. So how do you fudge it? This is very cool. So you can, on any floor, you can go and edit how these things work.
Okay.
Now there is a problem with the floor now, this floor slab that I've used. I'll explain why. Because in edit, I don't want that to change. I want it to stay constant. Press OK. It might mess up the model now, but it's fine. You see what it does? This is way quicker now.
Okay.
Now, when you're using these levels, just make sure that you say relative to current level. You must just remember which level. And if you change it to current level, and if I hover on here, then this level will work according to the level that I'm working on. So I'm working on ground floor, which was ground floor. So you can see here, relative to ground floor, if I go 1,200 above ground floor level, guess what? If I had a measure from my ground floor to there,
Okay.
easy. But now this goes even further. I can make this twist a bit. I can go, well, that twists a bit.
Okay.
This is way quicker. You can also split these up. You can add break lines to these, which allows me to move. Okay, I've added a break line, so I'm going to go to, now I can move this down, so this level, so whatever this level is, copy, watch this, Control C, I can paste it there and make that flat. Now, to do this rather than trying to, in Revit, trying to make the ramp to do this, impossible. Okay, now you can, if you want to, you can join another floor here, so you can join another floor and lift it all up. So let's just go to ground floor. Now in ground floor, sometimes you'll stop seeing this because it gets above the cut plane. So in view range, just make sure that you set this to be higher. See this? To make it can't go high, so make it 2,300 for now. So make it 2,300 so we can see higher, and you can make it look deeper as well. But I'm going to create another floor here. So I'm going to make another floor that goes from there, and then go align commands, align. So you're actually using little floors, and they don't have to be thick. So pick a floor slab, or you duplicate one that you don't have. So what's neat now in 3D view, let's go back to 3D view. Watch what I can do. See, this is actually so quick. I can go align, pick this face again, tab, or that edge, because maybe it's not flat, so maybe I've made it, it's not totally flat, but I pick tab, do you see that edge there? Watch this. Come on, it's supposed to align. There, surface, yeah. There. Now you can join these objects together, but again, watch this. I can go, well, actually, I can now link this to there.
Okay.
Very quick. Okay. So sometimes working with ramps is so difficult. I give up. I do this.
Okay, and another
It's very
problem.
quick.
When
But
I'm
remember
using
today's
the
video, you can cover this, yeah.
when I open the basement and then the ground floor, I can see the basement at the but then
That's
with the
very
other
quick.
ones,
That's very quick. You've just enabled your underlay. Just say none. You enable it to, if you're working to see where things are below. But if you don't want them anymore, so it's while you're working on a level, you can see what's below, so you can align up walls. So technically, that should be aligned up with there.
Okay.
It's a trick. Okay, but that's very easy. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
quick.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, you send me your file.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's close this for now. It was this one.
Then I sent
Yeah.
I sent a new one. That one.
Yeah. Okay, download. Desktop. Open. I'm going to cut and paste this. Control X. I'm going to put it on my desktop. Windows D goes to desktop. Careful, I've switched off the other view there. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, because there's something else here. So let's delete that. Control V. Should paste it. What happened now? Close, go back to desktop. It should be here. Control V. Why won't this? Okay, anyway. Control X. Control V. Open in Revit. It's not open in Revit. Okay, let me just open it from. So let's just say open, downloads. There might be another session of Revit open here. Anyway, let's just quickly sort out the other screen so everyone can see what's going on there. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go to downloads. Actually, let's just work in downloads because then it's easier. Downloads. Then it prompts to find downloads. Sometimes it's a bit hard in these machines. So U049. Someone else has been using this machine again. Downloads. Exercise. Open. Ignore and continue. Yeah. Okay, view close and active, view close and active. So it's this one here. No. Okay, so let's just go to go to ground floor. Okay, which floor are we working on? Site.
Yeah, there's something about my site plan.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my site plan. I struggle to get the surrounding buildings, even though it's visible.
Okay.
It's not
So
showing.
VG, so what we need to, this is the other little trick. So if we go to VG, so these are link files. So go to imported categories. You've just got to remember where this is located. Okay. Now, because I'm working on this machine, it's not going to be visible, but VG, let's just see. Okay, so if it's not visible, so what we can do, I'm going to go to insert. So I'm just going to fix your links, but on your machine, just make sure that you put these in the right place. So manage. So I'm going to go to manage links. So I'm just going to reload this link. So I'm going to go to Burkhart. I'm going to go reload from. Okay, so reload from. Very quickly. So you can go and reload this from. I know where it is on my machine. So it's going to be OneDrive. Why is here OneDrive? Okay, project examples. Okay, 200 Burkop links. Maybe I moved it to you guys. So let me. Shucks! Now why isn't this stuff on my computer here now? Maybe I've moved it to. Shucks! If I move this thing. Okay, yeah. Let's put it in projects. I know where it is. So OKU, BIM library, Revit. I hope it's still here. Projects, Burkop links should be here. What the hell is this thing missing now? I'm sure I put these links there. Why is this information missing? Okay, let me just quickly download it.
Okay.
Sorry, that should have been there. That's very strange. So I'm going to go to Files. So I'm going to go Project Files, Burkop. I'm just going to move that to the right location, otherwise, yeah. So that, I think let's say copy to, copy to, copy to. I'm just going to copy it to the BIM library, Revit, so that I can use it correctly. So you guys in future, so examples, so I'm going to say projects, Burkop, links, yeah, there we go. Okay, so it was missing, yeah. Anyway, alright, copying, it should be there now. So, and let's go to links, it should be there, yeah, Burkop, open. So, this just has to be imported. Now, in VG, Burkop, so we want buildings, so we want context. So site boundaries, and let's just make this building footprints. Just want to go to wireframe so we see through. Okay, so all you need to do now.
Oh yeah, and I noticed this was actually going over our boundary.
But I'll show you to fix that. So technically we're going to, so very easy. You're going to go to architecture, so you're drafting, okay. So annotate, region. Guess what? If you go to fold region, you're going to go and say existing. There's existing here, existing.
Yeah.
So these lines are usually quite thick, or line weight 3 or 4, maybe 5. Watch this. Tab, tab, bang. Quick, eh? Tab,
Yeah.
tab, bang. Now when they are connected, I'll explain why. We'll fix that in a minute. Okay, now, when this happens, trim.
Ah, okay.
This, we don't want those duplicates, so now we just make sure there's no duplicates. Trim. Now you can fix this. This is very common. Align that to that. Maybe. Watch this. Done. Oh, there's a duplicate here. So, now, if there's duplicates, I'm going to switch one of these off because there might be a duplicate somewhere. Okay, let's undo. Okay, let me just check. One of these is not closed. Yeah, so it's not closed here. Let's go trim. Okay, let's try now. Okay, there's a duplicate here somewhere. Yeah, let's try this again. Trim. This does happen, okay. So there might be duplicate lines here. There it was. Okay, now tab, tab. There, no, still something duplicate. So maybe there's been duplicates here. So now tab, tab. There we go. So we go finish now. Again, duplicates. Why are there duplicates? Ah, shucks. Another duplicate. Continue. So these duplicates sometimes. If you use the pick line tool, that does happen. You see, there it is. So trim. Tap, tap. There we go. Now it should be good. Oh, another duplicate. Undo. Okay, now finish. Voila.
Okay.
Now, you just remember VG, switch off the importing. When you're done with this, just make sure it's off. And make sure it's gone back to shaded. Okay, voila. And then these, you can go and edit them as you need to. You can change the line weights because these are not that important. You'll focus on your building. Now your building footprint will have a red line.
Yeah.
So now, if your building takes up the whole site, but I think here's a basement, so let's just go to ground floor.
Oh, it won't show basement here.
So let's just go to ground floor maybe, because your ground floor might be the full extent. So
Yeah.
is there opening? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So your site, so here we're going to go full rigid again. Pick line tool. I'm going to pick this line here, because technically this is the full extent of your building, not that, because there's nothing there. So it's not an occupied, it's not an area, covered area space. So here, there is that we will make it red because it goes right up to the boundary. Oh yeah, that does. So here, I'll explain. Okay, there as well, like that. Okay, trim this. Now press tab. Here's one last little glitch here, so trim that. So this will be proposed. Proposed. Now this doesn't belong here, so click once, Control X, cutting it, going back here, paste. So you're going to go to modify, paste, align to current view.
Oh.
Done. Okay, so there's your building now. Your building footprint must be the most important line and stand up. So remember, you need to show that as well. Okay, but then this shows everything below. Okay, works well.
Okay. And then when it comes to adding the room labels, I kept fighting. Oh, let me just show you. Okay, my detail lines. I did the detail lines trying to show on roof.
On your roof.
Yeah, just to show like it's an opening above.
Okay, let's just check roof.
Those are like,
Select those. Make sure 2 hidden.
oh, 2 hidden. Okay.
Match properties. Watch how quick you can do it. Sorry. MA.
Oh, okay.
Just like that, yeah.
Okay. And then, okay, from the template, I know that the type of wall thingy, it's not like the same one
No,
as
it's
the
fine.
template.
It's fine. This is for construction.
It
For
doesn't.
construction.
I
Doesn't
just.
matter.
I just
You
have to
can,
type it
if
out.
you want to, you can go to, let me explain this. If you go to properties, you see the material type, if you go to
Yeah.
edit type, if you go and say edit material, this is a bit strange, but you see this background color.
Yeah.
You can go in here and say solid. You can then go here and say red. And then we fade it out quite a bit. Watch now when we go back to plan. Wait a minute. Why didn't that work? It's supposed to work. Wrong spot. Edit. Let me explain. I didn't click. Oh, I've done it on the elevations. Yeah. No pattern. I'll explain. Leave the color. Sorry, it wasn't cut. I've done it the wrong one.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my bad. But I can use this color now. Guess what? I can add this color now to my palettes. Now it's quick. So solid fill. Sorry, that was on elevation. Check. Quick. So every material that's got the same material will be fixed. Voila.
Oh, okay.
Quick. Okay. Just be careful. European doors have cavity closers. We don't use cavity closers, so just be careful. It's a European thing. Okay?
Oh, okay. I'll check my other.
And then
doors.
that would nudge.
And I saw like for room. Okay, my lift is fine, right? It
Yeah.
just keeps. I tried to remove this.
Don't worry. It's. Where did you get this lift from?
I got it from either BIM library.
No, be careful.
or-
This thing is a nightmare. So we're going to go insert. We use a drafted item rather. Okay. Insert. I'm going to go to my library. So not there. So you're going to go load family.
Oh, I tried from yours. It only had escalators.
I'll show you. It's a drafted item. So I'm going to go to my libraries a bit more because it's linked to my computer.
Yeah.
So, okay, BIM library, Revit. So you can link these. I must actually show you guys how to do this a bit better. Families. So, if you go to detail items, it's in here. Symbols, I think it's lift.
Oh, it's there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's here somewhere. But if you start, there was a way that you can search. So let me just go, I think it was general. It's here somewhere. Lift. Okay, let me just go back to, let's just go here quickly. So OneDrive, Library, Revit, families. I'm going to go to lift. So I want the lift symbol. There we go. Sorry. Of course, this one, it's in detail items, yeah. But I can just simply go, wait a minute, let's close that. So let's close this quickly. Because you can simply just go,
Drag it in there.
drag and drop it in. That gives you the clearance. Now you need to specify what lift this is.
It's a two. Okay, mine is a two-way. I think I can take it to view to edit it to make a different door, or that's complicated.
So here you just have to change. So this is a lift symbol, okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information missing here actually, because it needs to be no label. You can make these different sizes. So if you go and say edit family, I'll explain. Edit family, this is a bit complicated, sorry. And if I go to here, it's going to have, whoa, shucks, this is missing a whole lot of information. Crikey. Oh dear. Okay, this is probably not going to work.
So I should stick to my old lift.
Yeah, I thought this was supposed to be fixed because the given one, let me just see. It's this one here. Yeah, that's better. I'll explain why. Because this one is set up, we've made them fixed sizes for the third years. Yeah. But that's a fixed size. Leave the old one for now.
Okay.
But draft, this is all drafting, that's 2D. Problem with these lifts is, to make this family, it's so complicated. We don't
Yeah.
bother, we draft it.
I kept trying to
No.
like.
Because, I'll explain, if you open this family up, it's a mess. Let me open this door up, let me explain. I have done this already, but if you go and say edit family, trust me, I know it looks fine here, but if we go here to levels and we go to here, that's how much work it takes to build that door. That's the one part of it. I go here, guess what? Look all these equations. We're doing maths. Look how much you build. Sometimes it takes longer to build a door family than build a whole model. Because that's how complicated these things are in Revit. This is the downside to Revit. Okay, so that's the catch.
Yeah.
So whatever you can't model, you draft. So you know what? I'll get rid of that. You've got all the line work you need. Now you draft what you need to see.
Okay.
But you can use that symbol of mine, because that symbol of mine, so architecture, annotate component, that symbol I've given you, probably undid it, lift. You can use that symbology I've given you now, so I removed it, okay. But you can use the symbology and trace it and then make it smaller, okay.
Okay.
All right, what else?
The last one is like room labeling.
Room labeling. Okay, this again, I would just use annotation and draft text. Because, let me explain. Now you've got to manage rooms. Now this gets, next year I'll maybe rooms now you've got to start managing rooms. Then you've got to split rooms.
So then, since now it's like I don't fully. So when I say the area that I type is basically for everything. Around,
Now you're gonna
but I
go-
don't need to put the X there.
No, because now you have to go and say, but you can measure. So what's interesting is you can always measure areas in. So if you go to modify, I actually use fold regions to measure
Yeah.
my areas. But, because if you select a fold region, so let me show you this. If you go to architecture, fold region, you can use this just to show, or you can make an area plan and do it that way. But the problem now is you're going to make sure rooms are room binding or not room binding. Then you're going to room separator tags. Oh my word, you'll be here for 6 months. So what I do, annotate, just use these labels, text,
Yeah. I just type in whatever.
type in what you need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, my field region. When I was trying to do the timber flooring, it's like a tiled, but then they're not together on top of another type.
Okay,
of-
let me show you this. So
'Cause I was
annotate,
trying to-
you've got to remember there's two types of fold regions. So
Yeah.
I'm going to create a fold region to show a hatch.
Yeah.
So
For
now,
flooring.
if I go here, now there's two types of hatch. If I go to timber, I'll explain. Let's say finish. Now this timber, now with filled regions, if I go to edit type and I say, I'm just going to edit this one so you understand. If I go to pattern, so if I go fill pattern,
Yeah. Patterns.
now you get different types, drafting or model. Modeling hatch allows you to set a 75 mil. But that means if I press tab, the hatch now can rotate because it's a model hatch.
Yeah.
But edit, so now if I go to fold region, if I go and say edit, this is where there's a problem as well, and this is a Revit thing as well. If you go to drafting and you pick a weird pattern, birch,
It shows that.
you have no control because this is dependent on the scale of the viewport and it has no other function. You can't rotate it, you can't. So you just got to. These hatches in Revit are very strange as well, and they're complex to make.
Yeah.
You can make them, you can write code to do them, but it's tough. So pick your poison.
So if I can't put that, should I just type saying it's
So what we tend to do, don't try and make it look exactly the same. So what we do is we go to drafting and we pick something
it kind of looks like the
that
brick
kind of
streamer.
looks like it.
Yeah. I
So
saw.
maybe you get a lot more hatch patterns, but because they're so complex, they can't be model items. So pick something that maybe looks correct. And you probably don't need, again, this works on scale, so you guys are 1 to 50, your floor plans. So that might be good enough. You just want something that you can tie up to material, and maybe you don't need, so maybe this can be a very light grey background again.
Yeah.
And just remember with filled regions, you can have invisible lines as a boundary. Okay, I'll save that for you so you know. Okay.
Can I show you something 3D? Okay, so I made this little fella.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like timber things. But then I noticed on my first floor,
Yeah.
it kind of shows the topography if you go to first floor.
Okay.
Like it doesn't match what I put on that same floor over here.
Oh, so what you must understand is Revit has each floor that you create, so remember this must be fine, always work in fine, 1 to 50, so always make sure that these are set up the same. Now, what Revit does is, you need to make sure that it sees stuff below. So if you go to view range, you must tell it to look below. So let's just say level below. You'll start, this must be the same, so ground floor, level below. You'll start seeing the information now.
Okay. Oh, that was going crazy. I was
No,
like,
no, no. It's just a view setting. Okay,
Okay, yeah, that's all.
good. I'm going to send this back to you. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just want to send this
I have
back.
a quick question.
Yes.
I've started in Revit, but it's going really slow. So I've went on in Rayon
Today, I showed how you can export stuff from Revit very quickly
Okay.
and put it back into Rayon and carry on with Rayon.
So I have my plans in Rayon now.
Stick in
Is
Rayon.
it fine if I have
It's fine.
the Rayon plans?
Guys, you can stay on Rayon by all means.
Okay, thank you.
If you've got enough time in the exam to do it in draft and everything in Revit, then stick to Revit. I just want to make sure that you guys are starting with Revit now, so next year's not a...
So if we just do the walls and floors in Revit and then take that to Rayon.
But in Revit, you must draw sections where you want to take stuff out, export everything, so you can set it up on a sheet, or you can export views individually. I would export views individually. You export it as DWG. Today's video, I did cover it. Then in Rayon, you just say import. I made a mistake on my video. I said meters, which should have been millimeters. Then it imports it correctly. Then you override all the line weights and you carry on.
Okay, so the round drawings is fine.
Perfect.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Just to with Rayon, get your dimensions to look good. Because a lot of people make mistakes with dimensioning.
Yeah, I saw some of them wrong.
Just make sure everything lines up and it's in the same direction so it's easy to read. Okay. Look, we understand this year is going to be a bit tough. So I was going to upload this. Sorry, give me a second, Amy. I'll be with you now. Okay, so I just want to upload this file. Okay, Amy, what's up?
My file to you. Not on Teams though, I sent it on email.
I won't get it because the file sizes are too big. So just go to Teams quickly and then I'll show you. It's very quick. Very, very quick. Yeah, because email will only allow, we'll see that as a link, and I can't get a link because you've got permissions such as in Teams. So just sign in with your Microsoft account and just paste your number as people. That's actually very quick. Go to chat. I'm recording us today again, I'm afraid, but I'll have some time for Thursday again. Wednesday afternoon, after hours. I'm 2 weeks behind on the first shift of the morning, so I'm recording all day today. Yeah.
Is there anyone else that feels that's
Yes. Kirsten and Alma and Elizabeth. Yeah, they've stepped into a system. So you can go and see Alma. You literally walk in and say, oh, okay. They know they're supposed to help you. So you can go to Alma. Okay. The resources. Thanks, Alma. But Wednesday afternoon, after I've helped, I'll be available to assist you guys again, okay? Yeah, I'm afraid I'm so far behind with the first years. Yeah, it's been interesting. Oh, you just have to press send, sorry. But Kirsten's here as well. You want help? Okay, there we go. So this is just, sorry, these files get very large now and email, yeah, it just doesn't work. Okay, that's quick. You see how quick that was? Way quicker than going to email downloading. Okay, Windows, don't do that again. I want to get that full screen, good. So let's go to downloads. Let's get rid of this stuff, because that was just now. There we go. Sure, Kirsten, they've given you a workout today, huh?
Shame, but there's a deadline Friday.
Okay. All right. So, how's it coming on? Tough.
I've done it and tweaked and then done it and tweaked and done it and tweaked the whole time.
Yeah. So try. You just have to reach a point where there are some things that are not going to work with draft. That's typical, okay? Because even this is something that you guys are going to learn next year. It's going to get complex. Okay.
So the thing I wanted to ask was the excavation. So do we have to
Not
do
really.
it now?
Not really.
Because it's going into this.
Yeah, so
floor.
let's just look at your basement and see. So let's just see. So let's go to level 1. So let's go to these. So this excavation, you might need another floor slab here to excavate again, because your floor slabs. So this is the problem when we have too many levels. Sometimes it gets very complicated. So you got that level and that level. So in Revit, you just want to focus on that level, that level, that level, and that. These other levels, we offset things accordingly instead of having multiple levels, because this gets so complicated. So we don't need that one, we don't need that one, we don't need that one. Okay, there's something there.
Yeah.
So-
I'm really sorry modeling on those.
Be careful, because you only want to work with that level because you work relative to that level. Because now, to manage this project with all these levels, You've probably realized it's getting very complicated.
Yeah, it is.
Very complicated. So you want to focus just on that level, just that level, that level. These other levels, transfer the stuff back to here.
Okay.
Okay. So by which I mean, so let's say that's ground floor. Level 1 ground floor, ground floor. So in ground floor, I'm going to go and set up my ground floor to be wireframe because I want to see quite deep, and I want to set up my wireframe mode to look quite deep as well. So I'm going to say view range, I'm going to see unlimited. So it looks all the way down. All the way down. Results, so there's my basement. Now, if I want to cut in again, so I'm going to go to floor, and I'm going to use this very quickly because I want to say that's the outline of my floor. Sometimes we use the internal, the outside, it doesn't matter, but technically, I'll explain. I like to use this rather. There's a trick that we do. I'll explain. So technically your floor stops there and your basement goes past. So let's just snap this. Okay, I'm going to go here again. So maybe there, I'm going to go there as well. Okay, so set on my floor slab. Then the floor slab might, because there might be a void here, so it might stop here for now. Just for argument's sake, you can tweak this. This is the problem. Sometimes when you draft something, it's just easier because you're not Revit. Sometimes you spend so much time trying to, it's complicated. Okay, so I've put a floor slab in there, and it's a 255 slab. Yeah, there's a little opening there, forget that. So trim. So you must just make sure that this is a closed set of loops, which it is now. Press tab, good. Finish that. Now if I go to my section view, I'm going to start tweaking this so it's more in line with what I want to see here. Tweak this so the symbol changes. Tweak this back. Okay, go to the section now. So I've got another floor slab here. So what I want this to do, I want this to excavate maybe. But there's a trick that we do. I'm going to duplicate this down. Copy the floor slab down. Copy down. Now all that I've done, this is just moved relative to level 1. So that's all you've got to understand. That's why you don't need multiple levels. You just understand certain things must just be
Offset.
offset.
Yeah, because it's only by like 500.
Exactly. Because now if you've got these different levels, they're going to cut differently. It just gets so complicated. I'm going to duplicate this little floor slab. I'm going to call it fill. And I'm going to change the makeup of this to be 150 because fill gets done in one layers of 150 mil. This will become finish. You're categorizing things so Revit understands how things connect. That's the only downside with Revit as well. You have to understand the relationship of things to others. It is complex. You have time to learn this next year. Okay, for now, it's just an intro. Because some people will pick this up quickly, if not. But remember, you can go and draft everything in Rayon if you need to. If you need to. Earth. And you can export this now to Rayon and draft. Okay. Earth. So technically, I've changed this thing to fill. Apply, press OK. Now, what I do in this is I go to edit boundary and I go back to level 1. I tend to take this past now because I want this to excavate past. I can simply drag and snap it.
It's gonna excavate. Can it not excavate to this line?
We can, because maybe I'll explain
Because
why.
It's an outside garden.
I'll explain because maybe that excavates at a higher point. I'll explain. Don't worry. For now, it'll make sense. This will go to the outline. I'll show you what I'm doing now. Okay, then it'll start making sense. That's all fine, but maybe that'll go to the outside of the wall. Good. Just like that. I'm going to say finish. Go back to my section. Now, this needs to go align and snap to there. Oh yeah, and that will excavate to there. Now watch what happens. Because you got another garden, you had another level. I'll explain. Now this will excavate. So select your excavate. I'm using your fill. See how nice and against your wall now? That's why I made this fill. So I'm going to duplicate this again. So I'm going to say copy. I'm going to move this up. Now this one, I'm going to go and say edit boundary. Now this might be level 1 for now. But now I'm going to take this to the outside. Oh yeah, you can't have a 0 in Revit, by the way. Revit can't have a 0 item, so get rid of that. I'll explain what I'm doing now. I'm going to leave that there for now. So I'm going to say get rid of that as well. I'll leave that because that goes to the outside. So I'm going to go align, use the align command, which is this command here. That goes from there to there, just like that. Okay, again, delete element. So you can't have that small little guy there. Now, I know that the other one started from that line there. When you're working in this mode and you see this pink line, you can use this isolate category command. So you can just see this line work. So if you're trimming and fixing this up, it's easier to see. Okay, I'm going to say finish. I'm going to go reset temporary hide. I'm going to go to your section now. So now in section, this floor slab, I'm not seeing everything because it goes to the boundary. But watch what I can do now. This guy, I'm going to go and say, because there's the wall below. I'm going to say excavate this. Voila. Now, if I move this up and down, I can set this at a different height now to make it work with my... Okay, so in 3D view, you'll see now that I've excavated your whole little quick and easy. Okay, here you are retaining something, so I'll leave it for now, but remember you can move it up and down. Then in section, you can then use this to stop on top of that. See what I'm doing with the walls? This can go deeper. Maybe this is a step, so maybe this can go deeper. Now just be careful when you're moving it like this because you want to move it in and up and down. So here, because it's relative level, and this changes to level 1. So I know level 1. So minus level 1 minus 500. 5,000.
You?
500. So you can set that level wherever it needs to be relative to level 1. So this one will cause complications. So just be careful. Again, level 1. Okay, so just make sure that you have, try and get rid of these, move objects to the cross. Now you can go and change these floor slabs to work because maybe this must go across there. Maybe the basement, maybe it is closed.
Yeah, it is.
It is closed. So maybe this floor slab then.
But I will tweak the floor slab
Okay.
because there's different levels in my thing.
But now you understand that
Yeah.
you just, every floor slab, everything that you create is always going to work reference. So on plan, walls, floors, roofs, they're all referencing a level.
Yes.
Now the problem that we have here, just switch off hidden. So you can start seeing deeper, so you can see deeper. But remember, this level, the cut plane starts from level 1, but we're just looking infinitely deep. So maybe you want to leave it like that for now. Okay, so if we go to this view. Okay.
And then the other thing is this lift situation.
The lift. Okay,
It's
now
quite big, and then I've
No.
added. Yeah,
the lift. The problem with this is the problem with Revit. If I go and edit the family, I'm going to explain.
can't
The family
Save
is
it.
so complicated. We actually draft.
yeah.
So what we do, I remove that. I'll remove this.
Okay.
Then I draft. I'm going to go to annotate, annotate. So you can make this a group as well, but I'm going to use detail line work. So detail line work. I draft what I want to see. And I draft how big the lift shaft must be. So here, I'm going to draft this, where the doors go. Then I'm going to go detail line work. I'm going to go to 2 hidden, watch this inside. And I've got a symbol that I'll show you what it should look like. Here we draft, and I'll show you how you make this a block so you can use it again and again. So I'm going to say 2 hidden. You can offset line work. I would draft this and make it a drafting item. You know why? Because, and then I'll show you, I've actually built a special door for you guys. That's a lift door that cuts this open. So I'm going to go to insert. I'll load it from here and I'll give you back this file. You can continue on this file. So I'm going to say load family. I'm going to go to my Revit, my library. I know it's on my machine, so I can go OneDrive. You guys can link these libraries to your own machines, by the way. You can download the stuff and keep it and build it yourself. Families. I'm going to go to doors.
Is it on Teams?
It's on Teams, yeah. I'm going to go to door types. I'm going to go to lift special. Lift door. So I'm going to bring this guy in, open. I'm going to say architecture, door. Now this lift door is quite big, it's fine. Delete instance, okay, the door is very big for now, so let me just put it in again. Door, select what door? I want a very small service door or passenger door, so it's smaller, there. See that? It automatically cuts the opening up and shows you where the symbol should go. Now if we select this and select this wall type as well. This is quite a neat tool to understand. Control, and I go to 3D view. What this does is it creates a quick 3D cutout of what I'm looking at. See what it does? Now, if the lift goes up, typically these walls get extended up as well. So these walls, because they encase, and they're usually 220 walls because they need a lot of structure around a lift. Okay, so let's change these to 220. I'll explain why these walls need a little bit of beef. You see the walls working, the door work nicely. Now, these need to go from your basement to maybe where the lift finishes, because they're uninterrupted, these walls actually. Then, watch how clever this is. I'm going to copy this door. I'm going to say copy, paste, align to selected levels. This must go to level 1 because it's the level above. And then I can do it again. That's how quick it is. So we draft it.
Okay.
Then on ground floor, so on basement, this symbol that we've created, this line work, and you can put a little note in there as well, so we can put text in there. But you make this a group, make group, call this lift. You can move the symbol to there. Now I'll copy this, Control C, I'll go to level 1. Guess what? I've got some of the detail already. Paste, align to current view. Done. Now what's nice is because that's a group, if I change anything in here, so if I go and say edit group and I select this line work, so if I go and say, let's go to modify, so if I select this line work and I go offset and I say copy and I make this 50 mil because I want to duplicate the inside of the lift shaft maybe, and I use trim. This is crazy what I'm doing. And I want this to line up, I want these lines to line up with the door, for example. So detail line work again, line weight 2. If you don't know what the thing is, so if I draw that to there to make it look like you'll see this is quite cool. And then maybe I want to trim this line work, so split lines.
So you just make your own components
If you don't have it, we draft it, we draw it.
Okay.
The problem with Revit, some families are so complex, it'll take you longer to model the family than your whole building because it's so complex.
I don't even sound like
No, don't.
stories.
That's something that we're going to try and promote a bit more next year because, but in companies now, there's somebody who does it. Their job is to build. That's what I used to do. I used to build complex families because it's very complicated. Now I can use a bit more line work. So I'm going to go again. So I'm going to go to detail line. I'm going to draw one line here because there might be a line of the edge and there might be a door symbol there. That's all I need. But now the magic. If I go back to basement, I don't know because it's a group. It's clever. Okay. So you draft what you need to. Okay.
And then with curtain walls, so when I put in, it only has a panel. So how do you
okay, so
make a...
let me go to level 1. Let me explain this. So you can embed curtain walls into a wall as well. So architecture, wall, architecture. By default, watch what I do. I can embed this into a wall. Okay, so it's just got to do with this. You see, that's where the level stuffed me up. And I want that to embed, y'all. Okay. Now let's change this. Let's just make this unconnected. I'm going to make it 4 meters, yeah. Let me just do this again. Sorry, that one didn't work because it went. That's the problem with having these levels. Revit finds the next level, chaos.
Yeah.
That's why we don't do it. Okay. Wall, before I go any further there, watch this. See what it does? It opens the wall. It actually embeds it in the wall. So this is how we can use windows. So if this has happened in your 3D view, to reset your 3D view, oops, I've done something here. I've dragged this out by accident. I've stuffed up my view. Oh dear. Let me just pull this down. That happens sometimes. You want to put them in together, so tabs again, and then you drag it back to the side here again. Sometimes you've got to minimize this. I was a bit fast on my mouse there, and I move this to the side, and then I drag this into the side. And it works. It's the strangest thing. Okay, so in properties, you switch off 3D section box, so it resets. Now, you'll see here, because there was one there already because it was small. Delete that one. Okay, so now I've got a wall there. Just be careful at that level, but I just want to show you how to use this tool. So I'm going to select just that. Now these two work together because they're embedded. So I'm going to grab that and that wall, Control, and I'm going to use this 3D tool again. And okay, forget that level. Now, this internal curtain wall, if I start it over here, see what it does? It becomes like a window. So this is a quick way to add windows. Now, these systems, I'm going to duplicate. You can go and add grid mullions. So this is if you want to do it manually. So you're going to say curtain grids.
Oh,
So you can add them. Now if I press tab, 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 you can now unpin these and you can replace that panel with another panel. A door, a curtain panel, so I can maybe make that look like a door maybe. It's actually incredible what you can do. Or, I'll leave this one as is. I'm going to extend this a bit, your section box while I'm working. I'm going to create a similar one. Create similar. Edit type, I'm going to say duplicate. I'm going to call this type 2 for now. Now I can be deliberate on how this works. So my vertical layout and horizontal. So my horizontal ones, by default, I'm going to say maximum spacing, because maximum spacing, 2525, I know that. The highest they can make it, because the glass panels that you can buy, it's got to do with the glass panels. The glass panels are the limiting factor, because their strength, you can only buy them in certain sizes and strength. And they're laminated glasses. Those are laminated, so if you try and run through it, it will shatter into a thing and fall on the ground in a big heap and won't get into shards and cut you. It's very deliberate. Now those things you can only buy in certain sizes. So now vertically, I know for a fact maximum spacing of 1800. Maximum spacing.
come watch this as well because you answered the same question.
So if I press apply now, it'll apply those rules to it. Because it says it can't go higher. Oh, I might have made a mistake. Let me just check something. So maximum, so horizontal maximum 2.4. Okay. So let's go to a section now, or let's go to ground floor. So let's look at what I was doing there. That was level 1. So level 1. I'm going to create an elevation. Create an elevation while you're working so it looks directly at this view, so if the wall's not exactly straight. There. That's going to focus, ignore the rest. Now, if you want to see through everything, so let's make this guy a bit lower so we can kind of see. Okay. Now, if I go and measure, so this one must work from level 1 to level 2 maybe. See, level 2? But maybe not. I'm going to say level 1 because I know in level 1 that should be, the top offset must be, let's just say, let's make it 2500 for now. So, you see from there to there's 2500. This one, so now, by automatically, it will add these verticals at maximum spacing.
Isn't the maximum spacing 1800?
Yeah, but because it will divide it into two, because the pattern, so it knows I need to divide it into two. So watch what happens. If I stretch this more, it will start dividing more and more and more. There shouldn't be that horizontal one at that height. Why is it doing that? That shouldn't be there. Let me just see why it's adding that. I think it's because this extends. Yeah, I'll get rid of that. So that 2400 it can't extend past. Okay. But now if I pull this up and I go, provided it doesn't go past, it tries to divide it. Okay. So maybe what I should have done in this guy, this is tricky in the beginning. Okay. So I'll say fixed. fixed distance because I know those need to be fixed. So it means if I drag this up more, guess what? Every 400 it keeps adding that system. So these systems, they are strange, okay, but they take a bit of time to get your head around, and because you can't buy that glass any smaller, but if you go past it, it'll get rid of that system. Okay. Now with the curtain wall, I've given you guys a whole bunch of these that you can go and insert. So you can make windows. So if I want to customize the system now to look like doors and windows, you remove this panel, tab. You remove the mullion. So you unlock it, you can delete it. You tab on the panel. They are tricky to select sometimes. You unpin it, then I'm going to replace it with a door. There's my door. Then on ground floor, you get double doors as well. So on ground floor, so let's go to level 1. Yeah, level 1. Voila. Now these you can flip in a direction. Okay. Now, one thing to understand, this is always the exterior side of the door, wherever that symbol is, that's the exterior side of the door. So if the door opens inwards, you can flip it. Now if you want double door, so you're going to go and say insert. Now I've got all these doors I've given you guys. Okay, so if you go to insert, so if you go to insert, load family, I'm bringing them from my own. So I'm going to go from doors. And let's just go curtain panels. Let's go one up. Because these are actually curtain panel systems. So if you go to curtain wall panels, then if you click here, I've made a whole lot of these now and I've put them somewhere else and I haven't deleted these old ones. Because now this is a bit of a mess. I thought I'd move this stuff. There it is there. That's it. Curtain wall, top hung. So top hung, okay, top hung. So it means it flips open like this. So let's go to 3D view, and let's go to this elevation. So now if I use architecture, I'm going to go curtain mount, and I'll say one segment, watch what happens. Ta-da! Tab, unpin. And I want this to be a top hung. Then you grab this grid. Now these grids do go through, so maybe you must make the grid go through, but then it splits everywhere. But you can add a mullion. Oh, you have to split this one as well. But there I've got a door and window combo. Now this I can also bring in, I want a double door, so I'm going to go and say insert, load family, I'm in the same one, I want a double door. I must rename these are all so old. Yeah, open. I want that to be my double door. Then you just make sure that these meet the requirements for a double door. These double doors are usually a certain width. Then you unpin this and then you move this to accommodate the mullion size. That's the only difference with using, so you can't put a normal door into a curtain panel. You need to put these, okay, but in 3D, you're going to have these awesome,
That looks cool.
and you can go and open my project that I'm working on, and you can copy in all those families. You can copy across into your own project. So if you go to Teams, you go to OK200, you go to BIM Library, you go to Revit. I'll just open from here. So you go to Revit, and you download this project file that I've given you, this WorkCop one. So if you go to WorkCop, and you open this dwelling folder, watch this. Open. I can access it very quickly. Guys, all I've done today, I've recorded. You can watch this, go through those other videos as well.
Hannah, we're not going to be able to go to live on now after STU.
Okay, if you go to Projects in Revit, you go to WorkCop and you open this file. Open. You can take everything out of this file. Okay, so ignore. So if you go to 3D view, you'll see that this model is very complex. You can copy these little windows, these doors. So anything in here, if you go and say edit family, and you say load into project, You put it straight into your project.
Oh
Done.
my god.
So everything in this project, now guess what? That door, quick, I can go and find that door there already. It was that other one, this double door, single door. Okay, so everything that you do in here, you can load into your project. Okay, so
Copy
everything.
and paste my whole project.
No, you can. Like these windows, how I put these louvers in. You see, that's a louver, that's an in-place. So how I did all of this, it's all been done with, you can copy the railings. This is an in-place family because this is hard to model in Revit if you're using systems. Okay, but you can go and explore this whole model. You can take, this is a curtain wall system. That's a curtain wall system that I set up to look like. Okay.
Okay.
Let me give this back to you. Close this, close this.
Yeah, because I don't remember how to do the excavations.
Yes, and then this video today, I've sent out an announcement, you can watch it. You just go
Okay.
right to the end, it's there. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, so let me save this for you. Save. So I can say save, it's in my downloads, and I'm going to send back the project to you. So you've got these, okay?
You're gonna send it on Teams.
Yeah, you'll get a message straight back. So if you go here and you go to messages, okay, so straight where you've sent it to me, Amy, you're going to get it here.
Okay. Thank you so
Cool,
much.
my pleasure. Good luck, eh?
Thank you.
Have you? When is your STU exam? All of you?
The lecture.
No, the exam.
It's on the Friday or the Wednesday.
Next week, Wednesday.
No, not
The,
next week.
oh, the Wednesday afterwards.
It's the 13th.
Have they given you guys all of your year marks and everything, huh?
Yeah, for STU, yes. I know.
Okay, good. I've given you guys your provisional year mark, but this last assignment will change that a bit. Okay. But provisionally, you guys have got your year mark.
Do we need to put in electrical?
No electrical, plumbing.
Only plumbing and drainage.
Plumbing and drainage. If you read his requirements, plumbing and draining, that exercise was for Yanri. So it's service connections. It's water, power, sewer, and then your sewer reticulation. Okay.
So, I know, but I just want to make 100% sure. We don't have to use Revit.
No.
We can use Revit.
That's why I've given you guys that rayon thing, because the problem, you guys are still learning Revit now.
Yes.
The drawings are not going to look as good as they could have looked at a rayon.
Yeah. So for the exam, we can use Revit.
You can use, yeah.
We can do everything in it.
You can do everything in rayon.
And for the submission, you said you want a DWG file, but if we do it in Rayon,
You give me the rayon file.
okay.
The problem is, if there's something that I'm suspect of, I want to open your model file and see.
Okay.
Okay, I was just a bit, we've had a lot of plagiarism in the past.
Okay.
So and it's hard to prove something. I just want to be in a situation now where I can say, look, I don't think this is your work.
Yes.
yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cool. I'm just going to end the stream quickly. That's live. And then I just want to quickly close this down. Yeah, so end stream. Yes, end. Okay.